Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Friday, June 30th, 2023. Does June have 31 days? Or is this the last day of June? This is the last live stream in June. Because tomorrow is either going to be July or it's going to be June 31st. I'm not sure which one. So this is going to be it for Friday. And welcome to you guys. It is hot outside, and I'm also running late. It's just been a crazy week. Super crazy week, and I'm here. I made it. Coming coasting in on fumes. Sorry I'm running a little bit late today. We're starting at 1:05 actually, rather than the 1 o'clock, and I didn't even post kind of like the that the live was happening until like 2 minutes before I got on, because I was just on an interview with Tom Wheatley of Run Testers. So I'm going to be over on his podcast coming up in a short while. We had a really great conversation over there. It went a little bit longer than I was expecting. But also it's because I got here to the interview later than I was. So everything, one little thing happens and the rest of the day gets thrown off. But I'm here now. You guys are here now. And I'm really happy to hear that. For those of you listening on the podcast on the audio only version, hopefully the air quality is cleared up for you guys where you are. I did go for a run outside today, although it's technically still in the kind of like the little bit high kind of range. I think we were at like 100, just above 100 for the AQI, which I don't know. I just didn't feel like I could run inside another day, and I felt like it was okay to run outside. So I did. So I had a good run. Hopefully you're having a good run, whether it's inside or out. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube later, but not live, if you're watching this on the treadmill to make your treadmill miles go better, you are not alone, because this is the #1 running podcast live stream to watch while you are on the treadmill. And people have been sending me pictures of when they're on the treadmill and watching this, and I absolutely love it. I think that's fantastic. Send them to me, or better yet, if you want to put them on, either message them to me on Instagram and then I'll post them, or if you want to post them and tag me in it, then I'll reshare that one too, because I love to see that you guys are watching the live stream on the treadmill. Someone sent me one where they were watching the live stream while they were lifting, and I'm like, I can't think of like a worse thing that I would want to watch than like just a conversation while I'm lifting, because I just want angry music when I'm lifting. But if it works for you, awesome, and thanks for sending me that picture. So, all right, let's see who we got in the chat here. We got Eric Vaj, who was the first one. He says, yo, what's going on? Matthias Sventis came in right after, says, greetings all. And Luke Klein says, yo, what's going on? Happy Friday, co-fam. Nice. Daniel Burton from Greeley, Colorado is in the house as well. Good to see you. And Elisa says, hi, co-fam. Hope everyone was well. And I was worried about no live stream today. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But you know what? Here's good news. Normally it's just Monday through Friday for the live stream. And some days it's not even that. Because like I think coming up, there'll be a day where I have to go into Chicago. I'm getting interviewed for another podcast. And then that'll be in person. That day, I don't think we'll have a live streams. But like mostly it's Monday through Friday. But this week, we're going to have a Sunday night live stream as well. So Sunday night, I think 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6 p.m. here time. And I don't know where it is for you guys. But 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing a live stream live from Fleet Feet in Decatur, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta. And Drew Whitcomb will be there. And we'll have Emma Grace Hurley and a representative from Adidas Runners will also be there. So it'll be a 4-person live stream live. It's going to be crazy. And if you guys got questions, let me know. Shout them out in the comments, and then I'll give them and I'll ask them to the guests that we have assembled there. Just don't ask about like, Prime X2 or anything like that. I don't think that they're going to be either have information. Drew might, but but I don't think he's allowed to tell you if whatever he does know. You know what I'm saying? So like you could bring other questions though. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. So there'll be a Sunday live stream. And then on Monday, the following day after that, on Monday, for those of you who are going to be in town, Monday morning, we'll be doing a Shakeout Run, 7:30 a.m. I forget where. I'll post links. Here's the weird thing about the links that I have though. It all goes through the Adidas app. And so like if I post a link and you're looking at it from a laptop, it'll say like, hey, you should go look at the app. So it's a little bit frustrating, but if you look at it from your phone, I think it should work. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Mike was running says it'll be 1 a.m. in the morning there. Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit hard for you to watch live, but that might be a great one for you to watch later, but not live. And some other bonuses too. I have some bonus episodes coming up as well. You know, guys, I've been like, I always go back and forth, or maybe I go in spurts. Sometimes I interview pros, sometimes I don't. Right now I'm in I interview pro athletes phase. And I just had a chance to talk with Lauren Hagens, who was the Grandma's Marathon champion this year. That video, I'm almost done editing it. So hopefully that can go up as a bonus episode, both on this Kofuzi Run Club channel as a standalone like video, not live, and as a podcast. So those of you who are listening to audio only version, you'll get that episode first. So lots of fun stuff coming in the next couple of days. All right. This is funny. Eric says, I talked with someone today at my run store who met you at ASICS Summit in Boulder, Colorado, and didn't know who you were. Now, how do they remember that they met me, though? I don't know. I mean, I can be quite forgettable, though, in person. That's not a surprise. I've definitely had situations where people were like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And I'm like, we've met many times. So that wouldn't be a surprise. But that's interesting. All right. Calvin Hong says, when you get there, just make sure not to pronounce the T's in it. So Elena. Okay, Elena. All right. I think I could do it. And Jonathan Gaillard says, happy Friday, everyone. Glad I could catch a live stream as I finally switched back from nights to days. Awesome. Well, welcome here. All right. Kuvang says, got a 12K trail race just south of Boston tomorrow at Blue Hills. Reminder, Grit also kicks off tomorrow. Wait, so tomorrow is July 1st. Wait, I got to look at a calendar. Can I look at a calendar real quick? I got my calendar app opening. Oh, yeah, so tomorrow is July. So tomorrow, oh boy, Grit does start. Are you guys signed up? I'm signed up for Grit. This is not a sponsored post. In fact, you know what's funny? They got mad that I had a conversation with Thomas and Megan. They got mad that I paid for my own ticket. I'm like, why wouldn't I pay for a ticket? Support your friends. This is an event that you guys put on. I'm not going to ask for a free bib. They're like, we're going to give you a free bib. Don't buy your own. So I was like, oh okay, fine. They did buy me lunch instead though. So I feel like we're even. But yeah, I'm excited to put some Grit miles in. I was going to get ready for a 50K and run a 50K in July, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do that anymore. I mean, I guess I still can. I just have to run it a lot slower. But I was thinking about running a 50K. I have some decisions I got to make in terms of what races I might want to put on the schedule for later in the year. And I'll be deciding that in the next week. So then I'll kind of have a better idea. But yeah, so I don't know how many miles I'm going to put on Grit. I was thinking that I was going to put in a good 350 this month. Just really hammer out miles, just sweat it out. But now I don't know. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully I can get the 300. I like getting the 300 in the month. But yeah. Luke Klein is going to be doing great. He says, I'm in for Grit. That's cool. All right. Let's see. Chapman says, how's it going, stream? Everyone got long runs planned for the weekend? I don't know what we're going to be doing run-wise. So tomorrow, I leave for Atlanta tomorrow. I'm going to try to get in and run early in the morning before I leave. And then I don't know what we're going to do later. And then Sunday, I don't know. Sunday, maybe we'll go for a long run on Sunday. I don't know. I should pack some gels. Yeah. I mean, I know what clothes I'm going to bring because I showed you guys already. I unboxed them all. So I'll be bringing all of those. So I do know what I'm going to wear, but I'm also just really scared of this heat. I just don't want to be so hot. I mean, it was maybe 75 degrees for my run today, maybe 80 degrees for my run today, but 95% humidity. And I was like, this is unbearable. And I'm like, this is as good as it's going to be for me the next several days being in Atlanta. Atlanta. I'm trying to say it without any T's. Atlanta. Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Someone had a running question. Graham Parker, running shoe Q&A. Graham, I don't know why that makes me giggle still every time. Graham Parker says, what's the best current daily trainer without a plate of any sort? I'd say it's going to be Nova Blast 3 or Rebel 3. One of those two. Does the Cloud Surfer belong in that conversation? Maybe. I don't know if this is top though. Top 5? I think Cloud Surfer might be in the top 5. I think Cloud Surfer will be in the top 5 this year. I don't know. It remains to be seen. It depends on what are they going to do with the Rebel later this year. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to say Nova Blast 3 or the Rebel 3 are my 2 favorite daily trainers without a plaint of any sort. We got another running shoe question. CLT Native getting to run says running shoe question. Adidas had the SL on sale and I've ordered twice and both have been lost. Is the shoe worth 2 weeks of hassle or should I get a Nova Blast 3? I don't know. That's really weird. What does that mean? Both have been, the orders got lost? That's so strange. You know, that happened to me the first time I tried to order the Streak Fly from Nike. I made the order, I got the one I wanted, and then I got an email 2 days later saying like, we can't fulfill this order, we're canceling it. And I'm like, okay. But that's weird. I would get the Nova. I mean, it's just that you could get 2 Adidas Zero SLs for what a Nova Blast 3 costs right now, though. That's the thing. But I don't know. Like, I'm very impatient. I don't know if I could wait. I might get a Nova Blast 3. Is the Rebel 3 on sale? That's also a really good one. I feel like if the Rebel 3 went on sale in the all white, pick that one up. It looks so good. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, this is just a fantastic looking shoe. I just love this look. Looks amazing. But then the Nova Blast 3 also, I mean, a very different aesthetic, very different approach. But I also like this one too. I think those are the ones that I would go with. Heather B says, a little late today. Finally got to run outside this morning. The air quality finally getting better. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Although I think someone mentioned earlier that, and I thought I heard this in the news too, New York's getting it bad again. So that's a bummer. I don't know. I'm kind of getting nervous about travel this weekend, not just because of like the smoke and stuff, but like last week, seeing everything that happened to Megan Featherston in terms of her trying to travel. And I've been hearing on the news how like air travel is going to be really bad for 4th of July weekend this year. And I'm traveling on the 4th of July, at least for my return flight. I don't care if I get delayed on the way home. I kind of do because then I get to see my family when I get home. But on the way out, I need to be there on time. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm nervous about that. So I'm gonna get to the airport just really, really early, and hopefully everything goes well. I just have direct flight, so there's no connections, so that should be fine. But I'm very nervous, especially what happened with my return trip home from Denver, from the Boulder trip. So like I'm nervous about the travel. And then they say it's gonna be really hot, and there could be storms this weekend. So I don't know. All right. Let's see. Matthias says, as far as canceled order goes, canceled orders happened to me on Amazon just once. I think they realized they mispriced the shoe. Oh, they could do that? I feel like that's pretty lame. I feel like they should honor that price. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's get to the bag today. I'm pretty excited about this bag. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. This bag is from Tracksmith. And I don't remember. Hopefully it's the colors that I remembered ordering. I think it's going to be really timely for especially this hot summer weather. I know it's an Adidas trip, but maybe I'll wear this when I'm down in Atlanta. So we'll see. All right. We got the special envelope, and the award for apparel goes to packing slip. Just kidding. So that's all that's in here. I always feel like there should be something fancier in this, but it's always just a packing slip. You know, I've always wanted to do like running awards at the end of the year, and I was thinking that I'll just save all of these from all year long, and then I could just use these and be like, and the winner for Daily Trainer of the Year goes to Nova Blast. You know, like so. That's kind of what I was thinking. But it's always just a packing slip that's in there. All right. Let's get to this one first. Oh my goodness, guys. This is really special. It's from the Strata collection. It's the new like especially hot weather design Tracksmith apparel. This is like the lightest garment. It feels delicate. I'm almost like I don't know if I could even race in this. Very very lightweight. Super thin material, very stretchy. Doesn't really feel like you could even race in it. It's so delicate. It feels like it's going to kind of fall apart. But we'll put it to the test. We'll see how it does. I thought this was just like a single blue stripe, but there's like a different material on the interior part across the sash, and then stitching for the much broader kind of stripe. So it's a blue and white stripe, not just like a blue stripe, if that makes sense. And the interesting extra special touch on this one is that there are 4 gold safety pins that are pinned to it. I'm guessing it's so that way you can have gold safety pins instead of the gaudy silver colored ones at your next race. Or are you supposed to just run with it dangling like that? I'm not really sure. There weren't any instructions in the packaging. So there's this one. I could have used this today. It was really hot. Eliza says each pin is $10. Calvin says it's $125 for a singlet. Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap. I didn't pay for this one, just so you guys know. I think you guys understood that. Yeah, Calvin says, how's the hem and the edging? It looked kind of ragged or unfinished on the website. It definitely feels that way, but it's not unfinished. So let me see if I can get in on it. Can you see that? It's just that the material is so thin and light. I think what they've done is they just hemmed it. They just folded it over and then sewed it down. But it's kind of like curly if you look at it because of the fact that the material is so light. So it's not holding like a hard edge, if that makes sense. Chapman says, it looks basically see-through. I could go for that. John Devlin says it needs some nipple blood. You know what's weird? Is that I did not take the pins off of my Bandit singlet after Boston. And, it had rained a whole bunch. I took it off and then I just threw it in my bag. And I guess I didn't like take it out of that bag until I got home from Boston the following day. And rust stains developed where each of the pins were. And now if I try putting on that singlet, it looks like I have these really strange nipple blood smears on the shirt. So I feel like I can't wear it, which is unfortunate, Heather B says, uneducated runner question, singlet versus tank, what's the difference? I feel like I would reserve the use. I think they're synonyms. I don't think there really is a difference. I usually reserve using the word singlet for something that I would like run or race in. A tank top could be a shirt that I wear anytime. Like if it's summer and it's hot, I'll wear a tank top, but I wouldn't necessarily wear a singlet. Does that make sense? And then for a hard workout, for a regular run in the summer, I could wear a tank top, but for a workout or a race, I would wear a singlet. That's kind of how I see them. Yeah. Let's see. Ben Bryce says, what shoe do you recommend as a shoe that could be good for recovery runs, but also for tempo workouts? That's quite a range of things that you're asking for. I don't really have one that I would recommend. Deviate Nitro, maybe. That could be one. And I feel like any daily trainer that's on the squishy side could work. So I've mentioned Nova Blast 3 and Rebel 3 already in this one. I could take those out for that. Some people might think the Endorphin Speed 3 would be a good choice for that. I feel like that could work as well. Yeah, but like recovery runs, I usually want something like big, chunky, and mushy. Tempo runs, I want something that's light, fast, and springy. So like it's kind of opposites. That's the hard thing about that. All right. Calvin says, the rust on the pins wouldn't have happened with your fancy Tracksmith pins. Do you take those off? Would you guys take those off of there and use them, or would you leave them on? I feel like I'm just going to leave them on and then let them dangle. Kind of like how a sprinter might run with a gold chain, I feel like it's like the distance runner's gold chain. Gold safety pins. All right. Kuvang says, I use the Super Blast for that as a recovery shoe and a tempo shoe. I feel like that could work. I guess then Invincible would also work in that situation, and SC Trainer. Those could be some as well. By the way, I did put the SC Trainer on. I put New Balance on blast today in the Instagram reel. From the time we played Spec that shoe. Hopefully we'll get the SC Trainer in. At this point, I'm just going to buy the SC Trainer too. Actually, no. I mean, if they want to send me a pair, it's good for my business if they send me a pair. It's rather than me buying it, Frank says, take the pins off. And Daniel Burton says, take them off before you wash the singlet. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah. And Brian wants to know, do you guys use 2 or 4 pins? And everyone's pretty much saying 4. Mike Arlt says 4. Eliza says 4, otherwise it gets flappy. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. Matthias says 4 as well. And but Louis says 2 pins, or one big one right in the middle of the bit. I think you're joking. That's not one big one. No, I don't think so. All right. Dylan Chan has a question. Thoughts on insole swaps? I recently paid my Speed 3 insoles with the ones from the Cumulus 24s, and it made it better for me personally. Yeah, I think that there's just a lot there. Ed Bud loves doing that. I know he does. He also loves to like cut the shoes or tinker with the shoes. I'm not into that. And for me, since I review them, I don't like to alter them at all. So like whatever they came with, if it didn't work for me, then I won't do it. But if it works for you, then great. I have a pair of I bought insoles one time where you go to the running store, they take an imprint of your feet and then they heat up the blanks and then they mold them to your feet, that kind of thing. I've done that before, and there were a couple of shoes that I didn't like that if I put the insoles in, it would work and it would kind of make it so I could actually run in them, but it made the shoes feel different. So I think if it works for you, great. I don't have a problem with it. It's just not something that I usually do. And Mila says, have you tried bib boards instead of the pins? I've done bib boards, which are the plastics ones that snap. And then I've also done the magnetic ones. Race dots, is that what they're called? I tried both of those. The race dots I prefer because I feel like the bib boards are going to cut the garment in a funny way. They haven't before, but I don't like them as much. But they're lightweight, and that's nice. The race dots were magnetic, which solves that problem of it damaging the garment, but they're a little bit heavy. You notice them. They're not heavy, but you notice them. You notice the weight. So I guess that means it's heavy, relatively speaking. All right. Let's get to the next one. So to go with the white singlet, I picked white Strata shorts. These are white shorts with a white liner. These are bold choices, especially for someone with hair that's the color of hair that I have. But I thought I would go for it. I'm going to try it. It's a short too. This is not a lot of material, fabric here, but we're going to go for it. This on the bottom, this on the top. It's going to be straight Chariots of Fire. I just don't know. We're gonna give it a try, guys. You guys' comments are so funny. Austin goes, wow, 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 wow. Cobalt Blue, wow. So Devlin says, dang. And Brian Yang says, oh God. Calvin says, white shorts, AK, you're betting on no GI issues. Yeah. Matt Byer says it's a risky choice. See, now I have white shorts from Tracksmith already. I guess they're kind of like I think they were like a frosty mint or something like that. But they're basically wet shorts. But the liner was like an ice blue, and it was like a brief line, no, a boxer brief liner, not a regular liner. So it was a longer liner too. So I felt like, no matter how wet it gets, you're not gonna see through the garment. But this is like paper thin. I mean, like, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm holding the back of the short. And when I hold the back of the short, I could see the Tracksmith rabbit that's on the front of the short. Right? So this is see-through. And then I guess there is a liner, so there's another layer. But it's another white layer that is pretty much see-through. So, risky choices. That's what we're doing here. We're going for it. Des Darren says, white shorts with a white liner. That looks like it could be revealing. And Chapman says, oh man, what is that? A 1-inch inseam? I think they might be 3-inchers. They could be a 1-inch. I think they listed them as 3-inch. Where do you measure the inseam on the pants? Actually, I know there's like 1-inch shorts. There's 3-inch, 5-inch, 7, and 9. Where do you measure I don't know where you measure it from actually. And Daniel says they look cool for running in the heat. That's why I got them, because it's getting hot. I feel like I'm going to Atlanta. Here's the thing. What do I do? It's an Adidas trip. They're not funding like the entire trip, but I am going there to do Adidas stuff and run an Adidas race and interview Adidas athletes. Sunday, the day before, like as part of the Runners Weekend video, can I wear Tracksmith clothes? Because I really want to wear this all white outfit. I don't know. Matt Legrand says, Yoko, what's going on? Matt, you came in at an interesting time. Eric says, I'm ready for Wimbledon with that combo there. That's what I'm saying, Maybe I can make it, I can Adidasify it. I'll just wear some Stan Smiths with this, Vanessa says, brave man, Kafuzi, running ghost. Frank Hillier says, you know what? At least you'll know it isn't pee because it won't be yellow. There you go, answering the question. Mike says, I'm glad you're willing to do this. Somebody has to be the guinea pig. I'm going for it. I'm going for it today. Yeah. Eric says, I get those shirts dirty just by looking at them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brian Lang wants to know if it's see-through when wet. I feel like it's going to be. I mean, I feel like they must have tested this too, but like, I've got very dark colored hair. So like, I think that it's going to be obvious that I have dark colored hair. I don't know. Yeah, Sean says, just don't run by it past the school or playground on those. And Darren says, what Tracksmith shorts are the new gray sweatpants? I feel like I'm going to look really good. Here's the thing. I feel like I'm going to look really good from this. Yes. Is it going to be a little bit see-through? Probably also yes. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm excited to try these out. Matt says, we have a rule in cycling about white bib shorts, and that rule is no. Bold move, Tracksmith. It is a bold move, and that's why I felt like I had to go with it. And you know what? So I went through Tracksmith, a PR company that asked me, like, they were like, I'll get an email saying like, Tracksmith announced this new collection today. We'd love to send you a pair for testing. Let us know like what colors and sizes you would want. And so that's usually how it goes with this PR company that works with Tracksmith. Which, by the way, Tracksmith is now bringing all their PR in-house. I don't think you guys needed to know that or care about that, but just letting you guys know. So it'll be a little bit different from going forward. But like, someone was like, tell me what you want. And I told them white shorts, white top. So it went through at least one level of, if not approval, no one was like, are you sure about that? So. Yeah. Brian says, don't worry, co-fam, we'll take some thirst pics this week of Kafuzi's all white for OnlyFans. Yeah. Chapman says, they were sitting in the lab like, should we test this? And then the manager's like, nah, just send it to Kafuzi. He will let us know. Yeah. And we'll see. I'll definitely show you guys. Don't worry. But if it's bad, I might have to blur it for social media, Yeah. Travis Forney says, I don't think I can put those on and walk outside. I mean, I'm not going to go run around the neighborhood in these. I'll go run where, it's a running place. So, yeah. Chapman says, I've been that PR rep for a company before. It's not a fun job. Everyone is always mad at you. I'm not usually mad at people. Although, I did mention today that I put New Balance on blast for not sending me a SC Trainer 2 yet. But I don't deal with a PR company, at least. But, I guess there is a PR rep. I don't have like a direct person that I talk to. I don't think. Although, who emailed me for that other shoe that's under embargo? I guess I got that person. Hopefully I didn't get that person in trouble. Hopefully they see it as fun. I'm not mad. Hopefully think of it's fun. Daniel Britton says, what shoes are you racing in for the 10K? I'm going to race in the Takumi Sen. So I'm going to bring those down with me. I'm going to bring the Takumi Sen with me and the Adizero SL. So those will be the two pairs of shoes that I bring down with me to Atlanta. Runner Willis, this is a great idea. When I make content wearing this outfit, you should blur it just for effect. that I feel like that will make that could make it go viral. Just unnecessarily blurring it to make it look like it's super see-through. But I also don't want, I don't want to mislead people and like tank the product because I made everyone think that it's super see-through. But it might be super see-through. That's the thing. I don't know. Eric says, I need a white headband and white calf socks. Oh, you know what? I do have white Tracksmith socks. So I can go full white. I don't have a white Tracksmith hat, though. But the Boston hat is like a cream color. That's not the same. But, yeah, I don't have a white headband, but I do have lots of white socks. I forget. Carlo Cabrera says, you're not worried about the Peachtree 10K downhills with the Takumi Sen stack height at all? No, I'm not worried about it. I mean, if Adidas was like, hey, we got a pair of Prime X2 that you can wear for this, I'd be like, send it. Or Adios Pro 4, I'd be like, yep, I'll try. Or if they had a Prime X, not a Prime X, a Takumi Sen Strong, I'd be like, yeah, I'll try it. Out of the box. Lace them up. Let's go. So that's what I would do. I think that'd be kind of fun. Because I'm gonna run hard. It just won't be fast at Peachtree. That's the thing. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah. They call him Takumi Blanco. Oh my goodness. You know what? What if the Takumi Sen comes in a white strong, like an undyed strong, like here we go. Where are these shoes? I can't find. I see them on the camera and then I look up and then they're gone. Like, where did they just go? All right. So imagine Takumi Sen in white strong. In this, should I run Peachtree like this? I think I should run Peachtree like this. Bust out the Prime X strong again. Just go all white. I don't think I have a white Adidas singlet. I have a white Adidas shirt. But I think a t-shirt would look weird with these shorts. Not a t-shirt, but like a running shirt. But this would be pretty fantastic. Right? No? I just think that'll be fun. Sue Ann says, "LOL just came in on these comments and it's brutal." Brian says, "Kofa's gonna look like Korean Jesus at Peachtree." Oh my god! Should I run in Crocs? Then I'll have to run in Crocs then. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And Matthias says, "So what? Should we expect a time in the low 30s?" No. I think that if I can run, I don't know if I'll be able to run sub 7-minute miles, to be honest with you, given like the heat. I just think it's going to be so hot and uncomfortable. So I'm thinking like BQ pace for me. So like 7:14s for the miles. So what's that? 7 times 6, 42. I think if I come in like around under 43 minutes, that'd be pretty. I'll be happy with that. Because I'm just so bad at running when it's hot out. Let's not say that. You know what? Let's say, honey, what's the positive way to spin that? Be like, I need more practice running in the heat, and this will be good practice. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a good time day. You know, a good like finishing time kind of day. Matthias says, make sure to tag it as heat adjusted. Yes. I'm gonna write it was sweaty with multiple sweaty emojis, you know. So there it is. Elijah says he needs some heat acclimation training. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have a couple of days in Atlanta, and I did run outside today, and it was pretty humid, like 95% humidity, but it wasn't too hot. I mean, it was hot for me, but it wasn't like hot. So maybe it's a nice transition, but we'll see. Dammy says, I ran a brewery run in 96 degrees and there are new dimensions of dehydration. That sounds unpleasant. And Brian wants to know, do you protective spray your white shoes? No, I don't. I don't spray any of the shoes. I don't clean them. I don't do anything like that. I think, I don't keep them that long. So that's part of it, I think. But yeah. So I don't do any of that stuff. Daniel Burton says, drink lots of water. You know what I've noticed? And I don't know what to do with this information. So I've been doing these like 400-meter repeats to get ready for this race. And I did a threshold session on the treadmill too. It did not go well. Some mile repeats there. But whenever I do the 400-meter repeats, it's been hot when I've been doing them. All of my like Cloud Boom Echo testing was it doing 400-meter repeats. I would find that if I stopped, not that I would stop in the middle of the 400-meter, but like I do there's a couple of loops that I can do over in this park near my house, kind of near where my P.O. box is. So it's convenient because then I just do the workout there and then I pick up packages on the way home. But, I have a water bottle that I'll just set outside by my car. And so usually after a certain number of repeats, I'll end up like having a recovery by the car. And then I'll just stop and get water. So that way the recovery is still the same amount of time. Every time I do that, it's usually only once, just because of the number of repetitions and the way that the park is laid out. But every time I do it, the next repetition after that is awful. It just hurts. I can't move quickly. I feel terrible. I just want to quit the rest of the workout. But then I get through it. The next one seems fine. So I'm like, does that mean I shouldn't take in fluid during the 10K? I can't imagine not taking in fluid during a 10K in Atlanta in the summer. But do I just take gels? Just the thought of like sweaty Martin gel while doing a hilly 10K in 100% humidity. I'm getting an upset stomach just thinking about it. I don't know. Chapman wants to know, what do you do with shoes you wear out? I don't wear out shoes anymore. That's the thing. So they usually get put up on the wall when I'm done with them. And then right now I'm thinking once I fill these up, and these are pretty much full already, it's like floor to, not ceiling, but like bottom to top filled with shoes. I think I'll probably just add a couple more bookshelves that you guys can't see, and I'll put mostly shoes on them, but also just some storage of stuff that I'm, lenses, audio, visual equipment, things like that. Because over on that side over there is like the water heater in the basement and like the air conditioner. And whenever those kick on, it makes a lot of noise. I'm sure you guys have heard it before. So I feel like I need to make like a fake wall of shoes. So I might continue adding them. But if I ever need to get rid of shoes, I usually donate them to Goodwill. I think it's Goodwill out here. Yeah. Heather B says she's been pounding the Element during hot runs. I don't think I've ever had Element. It's just salt though. There's no sugar, right? I think maybe that's why I haven't done it. And TC says, do you usually donate your apparels that you no longer use? Yes. I have to do better about that because as you guys have seen, new stuff's coming into the house like every day. And not a lot of stuff has left. Now I've been like putting stuff into like not everything hangs in my closet or sits in the closet anymore. I've been putting stuff into some storage. So that way the next time I have a trip, I don't have to keep buying stuff. Like I bought a bunch of Saucony stuff. I bought a bunch of Adidas stuff. I bought a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? Craft stuff. So I'm hoping to not have to do that if I can just hold on to stuff, even if I'm not putting it in the immediate rotation. But once I kind of fill that up, then I'll be donating more regularly again. Heather says, water makes me sick. And you do 1 element per 10 ounces of water? Okay. Nice. And Brian says, Peachtree has Powerade at the aid stations. That makes sense. It's a Coca-Cola product, right? Powerade. I don't love Powerade, I gotta say. Calvin says, in case you've been missing Pocari Sweat, the drink mix from Precision Fuel and Hydration tastes like it. 500 milligrams of sodium and 30 grams carbs per 500 mils. That sounds great. I like the taste of Pocari Sweat. And 500 milligrams of sodium, that's a lot. And 30 grams per 500 mils, that's a good number. I might have to try that. What is Precision Fuel and Hydration? Okay. Ivan says, though, that the Martin gels do go down easier when you're out in the heat, especially during a 10K. Running in Houston in the summer will get you accustomed to it. Okay. If you say, I'll report back. I'll let you guys know. I just feel like I don't love gels when they're like body temperature hot. It's just something weird about that to me. Chapman says, I bought Pocari Sweat packets after I got back from Japan, and they're my go-to for super long hot runs and outside stuff. Oh, interesting. And Frank says, does it make any sense to take a calf gel before a 5K? I would say before. I would need it like right at the starting line. I think that'll give you a nice kick, like a jolt, I think. And Brian says, it's going to be 74 degrees at 7 a.m. on race day. You'll be fine, Kafuzi. Okay. If you say, I feel like that's going to be warm. I definitely won't need throwaway clothes after that. So I think I'll be, I think I will be okay. I like to complain, I think. Brian says, isn't Body Armor owned by Coke? I don't know. Is it? It's owned by someone big because it's at like Walmart, Lula wants to know where I can get Pocari Sweat. Apparently you can get it at like H Mart or stuff like that. Like you can get it at Asian grocery stores. Other than that, I don't know. Ivan Flores says, the runs I've been doing lately have been in the 100 degrees. That sounds terrible. And I knocked the regular Martin along with Scratch. Okay. Martin mixed with Scratch, or just sometimes Martin, sometimes Scratch? I think sometimes Martin, sometimes Scratch. Element is too salty, and I know I need the sugar as well. The South is scorching right now. Oh, boy. Yeah. Wow. Oh, see, you guys aren't selling it to me. Still actually not all that sure where exactly Atlanta is on the map. So, but and I've been to Atlanta a couple times now. That's the thing. Eric wants to know if I chew the gels until it dissolves before consuming. I found that I digest them easier that way. I only chew Morton's, and then for like goos, I kind of chew them a little bit. This is just because they're so thick. But for science and sport, you just drink it, Getting to Run says, you don't need throwaway clothes for before, but you may want some cover up, don't get arrested clothes for after the race. I guess if I'm wearing these, then yeah. Can you imagine if it's like lemon lime flavored Powerade and I get that spilled all over these shorts? People are going to be like, what did you do? What did you go through? How was your race? And St. Pete Runner says, that's why I wake up at 4:30 and run. The Florida summer is just too much. Yeah, that sounds hard. And Matthias Fentes, clearing it up, says, Body Armor did have a brief distribution deal with Dr. Pepper and to get a push a few years ago, but Coke bought them out since. Okay, there we go. All right. I think that's going to be a good place to end it for today, guys. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the chat Sunday night. If you're not doing anything, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be there. And hopefully I'll either see you in person or I'll see you in person the following morning at the Adidas Runners Shakeout Run, 7:30 a.m. You got to do it early because of that southern heat. So we're going to be doing that. So hopefully see you over the weekend. If not, be safe this holiday weekend. There won't be a live stream on Monday or Tuesday. So keep that in mind. So you get one Sunday, but not Monday or Tuesday. But you'll have some bonus episodes for those of you guys who want to check in. There'll be there should be one, if not two, video interviews. And then you'll also be able to get those on the podcast too if you want to listen to them on the audio only version. So there you go. So hopefully you guys have a really fun and safe holiday out there. And be careful with all the heat and with the air quality and everything. But yeah, until I see you guys again, guys.